in my car, but I can't get there at the moment. So that's from allergies. All right, I'm going to go live in four, three, two, one. And a very good morning and welcome live to the 2025 ECC Women's Lacrosse Championship Series. And we are live from Dobbs Ferry, New York, and the site is Mercy University. Welcome, everyone. Mike McGinnis on the call, and it's the Mercy University Mavericks hosting both Malloy University Lions lacrosse teams. We will have women's action up first here at 11 a.m. Thank you so much for tuning in and joining us wherever it is you are joining us from. And the Mavericks come in search of their fourth championship. They are 10-6 overall, 5-1 in the ECC. They advanced to the championship final with a 21-2 victory at Dobbs Ferry versus Damon on Wednesday. Caden Meyer, 5 goals, 1 assist. Riley Wallace, 4 goals, 1 assist, 5 draw controls. Ashlyn Kelly, she also had 5 points, 3 goals, 2 assists. And Leah Hansen setting some milestones, 2 goals, 2 assists, career goal number 170. She also has 218 career points. That is third best in program history. And Miranda Morales and Juliana Talenti had 2 goals and 1 assist. Emily Marino, Juliana Talenti, and Olivia LaMonica had 11 ground balls in that game against the Wildcats. As for the Lions, they come in at 9-8, 5-1 in the ECC, an 8-game winning streak for them. They're red hot. Malloy won a wild game on Wednesday at Roberts Wesleyan, 16-15. Brenna Signorelli, 5 goals. Sophia Quatoni, Ava Benasuti, and Megan Rigolo had 3 goals each. What a year for Rigolo. She had 53 goals and 79 points. Combine that with 79 goals poured in by Quatoni and Signorelli. They have an offensive dynamo with that trio. Now, the Lions beat Mercy in overtime, a thriller on April 5th. That was at Rockville Center. And the final score there was 19-18. Quatoni game-tying goal with 18 seconds left, a 7-point game for her. Rigolo, the OT winner, she had an 8-point game. Well, starting lineups are being put up here. We're going to briefly go down to the field here in a matter of moments for the introductions, the starting lineups, and the singing of the national anthem. Let's look at the 3 keys to the game today. Number 1, how to slow down the Lions scoring machine. Malloy has 3 players with 38 or more goals and 5 players with north of 27 goals, so they're very deep. Playing the 330, Mercy has several players that excel at it, playing the full field, both on the offensive and defensive side. How does Malloy respond to that? And I'll tell you, tying to D up, boy, Lindsay Shimborski named Defender of the Year in the conference. Megan Callow, Emily Marino, and Olivia LaMonica led the way for the Mavs. And Malloy will be tasked with trying to solve those players again. So this should be a good one. Boy, I'll tell you, if this first meeting between these two teams was any indication, we should be in for a really good one here today. It's the Lions and the Mavericks on both the men's and women's side. We have women's action up first, and we are so glad to bring it to you here on the ECC Network. And without further ado, we're going to go down to the field right now. Mr. Kyle Goodhart on public address. He'll give us the introductions, the singing of the national anthems, and the starting lineups here on the ECC Network. Take it away, Kyle.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Mercy Field for today's East Coast Conference Women's Lacrosse Championship Final, featuring third-seeded Lions of Malloy University and the top-seeded Mavericks of Mercy University. Let's meet today's starting lineups. First for the Lions. At midfield, number 1, Brenda Signorelli. At defense, number 8, Riley Brady. At attack, number 9, Alexa Morrison. At defense, number 11, Carly Howell. At midfield, number 12, Sophia Quatoni. At midfield, number 17, Megan Rugolo. At midfield, number 21, Alexandra Borsellino. At midfield, number 24, Ava Benasuti. At midfield, number 26, Riley Zamora. At defense, number 34, Samantha King. At defense, number 44, Tiana Barone. And at goalkeeper, number 22, Nicole Schumlaffel. Assistant coaches for the Lions are Robert Schmidt and Joanna Mosieri. In her third season, leading Malloy's head coach, Emily Pepe.
I'm not playing the video, right?
And now the starting lineup for the Mavericks. At defense, number 1, Lindsay Shimborski. At defense, number 3, Casey Bates. At defense, number 5, Emily Marino. At midfield, number 7, Rita Marie Massey. At midfield, number 11, Riley Wallace. At midfield, number 15, Kaden Meyer. At midfield, number 23, Megan Callow. At attack, number 24, Leah Hansen. At attack, number 26, Juliana Talenti. At defense, number 28, Liana Porter. At midfield, number 41, Ashlyn Kelly. And at goalkeeper, number 25, Olivia LaMonica. Assistant coaches for the Mavericks are Joe Carassi, Brianna Carassi, Erin Shimborski, and Olivia Mowdy. In her 13th season, leading Mercy is head coach Dawn Sachs. Fans, at this time, we ask everybody to please rise and remove your caps as we honor America with the playing of our national anthem.
And welcome back live here to Dobbs Ferry, New York. Mercy University is the site. 2025 ECC Lacrosse Championships underway, and the women's action up first. And for the visiting Lions, Nicole Schumlaffel will be between the pipes for the Lions, and Olivia LaMonica will be patrolling the nets for the Mavericks. Mavericks in their home white uniforms with navy numbers, navy shorts. All black with white numbers, white lettering for the Lions. And this should be a big one here today, as the men's action will start around 2 o'clock. Doubleheader, both Malloy teams in for the ECC championship in this one. And, of course, these two teams met the first time. And actually, now that I think about it, both of these teams faced each other. One won by Malloy, of course, the women's team, and one won by the men's team here 8 days ago. Both games went to overtime. How about that? So, boy, if that isn't a teaser of what could possibly be coming here between these two teams, you feel like nothing is resolved yet. And the visiting Lions will attack from right to left on your screen. Last-minute preparations. And here they go. Megan Callow will go to draw control here for the Mavs. Let's see who's there for the Lions. Last-minute preparations, and it looks like Riley Zamora will be on draw control here for the Lions. Temperature in the mid-80s. This is a summer day here without a question. Clouds will be rolling in later on, and we're underway. 2025 Women's ECC Championship Final underway, and who else but Lindsay Shimborski picks it up off the grounder. Gets it to Callow. They'll work to that right perimeter. Kaden Meyer, boy, one of these players, one of the young nucleus of players here for the Mavs that we talked about in that opener, plays that 330-foot game here. And, boy, she's a heavy factor along with the player right now, Ashlyn Kelly. Two lethal young Mavs out there. And to certainly keep an eye on. Kelly works it in on the right perimeter now. They'll work it up to the high slot to Meyer. Kaden Meyer will slip it over to Riley Wallace, another one of these very promising young Mavericks players. Staunch defense pushes her back outside. Here's Leah Hansen. What a career she's had here at Mercy. Hansen, move on the inside, trying to get a shot. It goes high, screaming above the crossbar that time. They get it in front, look out, trying to find Callow, and I don't know if that was a save or an interception. Shamlawful does a great job there, though, of anticipating where that was going, and she will get it up to Riley Brady for the clear. And Brady, let's see what they're saying here. Saying it went out of bounds. Possession Lions. First, the referee pointed in the direction of the Mavericks, but they're saying no, it's going to stay here with the Lions. So they swing it back now to that left perimeter here to Borsellino. Quickly over to Ryan. Behind the net, they work it now with Morrison, and they'll work it to that sharp right perimeter. And this Lions offense, so lethal, will go to work here. Quitoni back over to Borsellino now. Borsellino curling it on the right side. Pass one hopper. Look out, trouble. Popped up here. Who's going to get it? Big fight for it. Still a scramble. Dangerously in front of the net. And, of course, it looks like it's going to be Rita Marie Massey coming up with it in the teeth of the fire there. What a play by Massey. Here's Talenti with it now. Juliana Talenti, quick transitional pass. Look at Callow. Make the cut in on the right side and goes behind the net to settle things down a little. Mavs look around now. Of course, hydration going to be key here today. It's going to be humid and in the upper 80s with a thunderstorm possibly later. We're hoping it's more later than sooner so we can get both games in uninterrupted. Here's Kelly now. Right perimeter, shielded out, over to Meyer now. Meyer makes the inside move, has a look, dead down the middle, fires and scores over the left shoulder of Shamlawful. And the Mavericks take a 1-0 lead. And boy, that's all predicated, and you see it here on the replay. Nice give and go pass, and lighting it up over the left shoulder. That time is Kaden Meyer, one of this young nucleus of future Mavs here, who have performed brightly this year. And, boy, that is all predicated on that loose ground ball on the other end by Rita Marie Massey. Kind of gets the unofficial assist on that one. So the Mavs take an early 1-0 lead here. Zamora and Callow on the draw here. Popped up in the air, and it looks like the Lions will get it. Rugolo, so dangerous. What a year she had. Gets the ground ball, and to the attack go the Lions. Quatoni with it now. Back over to Rugolo. Boy, that's part of that three-headed monster for the Lions here of scores. Look out, wrap around, attempt maybe on the left side. They push off there. Morrison will recalibrate. They'll go up to the high slot now. Over to Signorelli. Quickly back over now. Here's a shot attempt. Nice save by LaMonica. Quatoni got a lot of zip to that one. Errant pass picked up. And the Lions quickly take over. A heads-up play there by Benasuti. So a Morrison now. Oh, look out. Lost the handle on it. Comes back up with it now. Swings it over to Signorelli. Boy, very calculated look so far by both these teams. They seem to be very methodical in how they approach this thing. So they go back behind the net now. Quick cycle out on the right side is Benasuti. Remember, she picked up that loose change on the errant pass to start this possession. Here's Signorelli with it now. On the high slot, look out, quick pass for Rugolo, and it deflected off her stick, and one miscalculation leads to another, and the Mavs get second life here. LaMonica over to the shore-handed Lindsay Shimborski. Beautiful pass ahead there to Kelly. Ashlyn Kelly, keep an eye on her, and I think she got clipped on the head there. Referee says yes, and it looks like Sophia Quatoni will get the gate on this one. So a player up advantage for the Mavericks here. Early stages of this one.
Yellow card on 12. 8:25
A 2-minute penalty here. So this is certainly something of note for the Mavs. And the Lions will have to play on the back foot down the player here. Talenti, high arcing pass, nice corral in there by Ashlyn Kelly. She has stood up defensively. Aggressive look so far by the Malloy defense. Here's Meyer, goes back behind the net now. Over to Talenti, slings it out to that left side. Here's Wallace, sharp pass. Here's Meyer. Meyer, look out inside. A shot goes wide to the right post. Trying to set up the very slippery Morena Morales. They come in again on the right side and scoring, but paying a heavy price there on the right post. Was that Megan Callow? As she took the shot, she was clipped from behind. Is there going to be a penalty? I think there's going to be another penalty, too, here. So, player up, goal converted here by the Mavs, but Brenna Signorelli is going to get 2 minutes on that late hit. And we're going to get the official call here. Might have been Juliana Talenti. Still trying to get the... So it is Juliana Talenti with the goal there, but she's clipped from behind, and it's another 2-minute player up advantage for the Mavs here. So Talenti with the player up goal, and here's Leah Hansen. Hansen looks around now, gets it to Wallace. They go left perimeter. Caden Meyer goes back behind the net now to Talenti. Mavs want to make them pay there for that late hit. Errant pass picked up there by Quatoni. That's a break for the Lions. And quickly, they want to get this ahead there. Quatoni looking for Rugolo, but gets that ball dislodged. Nice defensive play by Hansen, but it's quickly recovered by the Lions. Borsellino with it now. Got that over to Ryan. And now it's about killing clock time here. Borsellino with it now. Working on that right side, being stood up on the outside there by Quarta. She'll go back behind the net now. Quarta coming out to challenge her, trying to cause a disruption. Under 50 seconds to go on the player up advantage for the Mavs here. They go back behind the net. Massey shadowing the ball handler there, who is Benasuti. Look out, she's trying to make a move now, maybe get something set up here shorthanded. Massey, boy, doing some work, causes a ground ball. Boy, got her guard down. What a play by Rita Marie Massey. And Shimborski with the ground ball pickup. And quick conversion to offense. Callow, quick pass now to Meyer. They go over to that left side. Here's Kelly. Kelly swallowed up by the defense. Goes back outside to Callow. Callow has a look at down the middle and hit off the post. Oh, beat the goalkeeper, but the post says no. And now there is a whistle. Players at even strength here. Boy, that's a big break there for the Lions. Shumlaughlin was beaten. And that one just shanked off that left post there. Now they got to do some kind of clock reset here. Mavs with a 2-0 lead here almost halfway through this first quarter. Talenti with it now. Boy, is she ready. Look at her. She's ready to go there.
Can you have the recall?
Big crowd on hand here today on a beautiful pre-summer day here in Dobbs Ferry, New York. And to work they go. Here's Morales now behind the net on the left side. Swings it up top here to Hansen. Hansen galloping in on that left side. Goes in. High slot. Lost the handle. Recovers quickly, though. High IQ play there by Hansen. I think she felt that coming. Meyer with it now. Boy, defense very aggressive on the outer perimeter for the Lions. Here's Kelly. Down the middle. That's Wallace. She scores. Beating Shumlaughlin 5-hole on that one. And Riley Wallace lights the lamp, and the Mavs have a 3-0 lead. Wow, I'll tell you, that little head fake there by Wallace, you'll see it again on the replay, and it gets Shumlaughlin to flinch just enough there, and she beats her 5-hole. 3 on the board quickly here for the Mavs, and they have a 3-0 lead. Callow and Zamora on the draw here. On the ground now. Big fight for it. Nice job there. Coming back was Zamora to pick that one up, and to work go the Lions, but they're going to slow this down. Carly Howell will have to take a step back here. Now they're going to stop the clock. Looks like Caden Meyer gets called for a green card here. So it's a player up advantage here for the Lions. So lost in the traffic there was that infraction by Meyer. Clock reset to 7:03. Meyer to the sin bin here for a minute. And here we go. Carly Howell with it now. And quickly to work go the Lions here, who need to stem the tide of momentum a little here. They go quickly behind the net there to a Morrison. Up top pass there. High handle by Quitoni. Quitoni looks to that right side now to Benasuti, and they'll go back behind the net and circle out up front. Look out, a shot. They score! Oh, what a goal there. and I believe it was Rugolo snuck in on that left post, and LaMonica got a piece of it, thought it was in her cradle, and it trickled out. And Malloy quickly responds. Look at this curl move. You don't expect that in a tight window like that. Boy, I'm not sure her body was fully in front of the net or even side to side with it when she took that shot. A goal scorer's goal, and boy, wouldn't Megan Rugolo know about that. She has been lethal this year, and it's 3-1 Mavericks. So both teams there with player-up goals. And here we go. And it's Zamora and Callow. Szymborski thought she had it, and Callow will get it on the deflection. Callow, quick pass ahead to Talenti. Juliana Talenti slides around now. Here's Wallace. Oh, look out. Wallace has too much room. Takes a shot over top there. And they're going to say possession Lions. So the Lions got away with one there. They gave too much room to Wallace. Very lethal player in her own right. As Borsellino has it now. Quick pass ahead, and they'll convert on the clear. And the Lions will go back to work here. Trying to cut into this lead. Here's Rugolo. Oh, look out. She has a seam, and she's clipped going on the way in. And they're going to say no foul, and possession Mavericks. Here's Lindsay Szymborski. Look at her put on the Jets here. Defender of the Year, ECC. Quick pass now to Meyer. Meyer back over now to Ashlyn Kelly, and here's Riley Wallace. Wallace on that left side. Back to Kelly. Over to Caden Meyer. Behind the net to Talenti. Morales with it now. Watch out for her. Curls inside. Takes a shot. Went wide but picked up by Talenti. Here's Hansen. Hansen bowled over the defender, and they're going to say you can't do that. As Howell, number 11, drew that one. Well defended there, and the Lions take over with under 5 minutes to go in this first quarter. 3-1 Mavericks on top here. ECC 2025 championship. Here is Borsellino now with it. Back over there to Emma Ryan. Over to Quitoni. Back to Signorelli. Signorelli gave the feed to Rugolo, back to Signorelli. They'll cycle it around again. Quitoni, Borsellino to Ryan, and then back behind the net. They'll work it now to Morrison. Boy, it's almost like chess out there with these teams. Signorelli with it now. Makes the move left side, has a seam, and drew a foul there. Free position shot earned by Brenna Signorelli. And she'll be dead down the middle here, shading to the left side on Olivia LaMonica. Here's Brianna Signorelli. Drives inside, fires, nice save, LaMonica. Stick save and a beauty for Olivia LaMonica, and gets it to Rita Marie Massey. Long pass and gets it over to Talenti. Talenti being pressured now. Has to backtrack a little. Gets it on the one hopper to Szymborski. And here's Emily Marino, one of the anchors to the defense here for the Mavs, pinching up a little on this sequence. As, look out there. Pass drop, but Callow recovers. Gets it to Wallace, over to Ashlyn Kelly. Here's Caden Meyer with it now. Meyer behind the net. Works it up there to Kelly on that far left perimeter. Cuts inside now. Trying to make her move. Pressure coming from the high slot there by the defense. Very physical look by the Lions here. Here's Meyer now. Under 30 seconds to go on possession. as Talenti will survey the landscape here. They'll go back left to Wallace, up to Callow now. High slot, shading right side, trying to find some room. Fakes the shot, goes behind the net to Hansen now. 5 seconds left. Might need a wraparound move. Look out, a shot and a kick save and a rebound recovered, and that's going to be a shot clock violation. So a defensive stand there by the Lions with under 2.5 to go. In this first quarter, it's 3-1 Mercy. You're listening to the 2025 Women's Lacrosse Championship Final on the ECC Network. Between two longtime rivals, the Lions and the Mavericks. They go back behind the net now. Coming up on 2 minutes to go in this first quarter. Quick pass inside. Too much traffic. Mavs settle it down there. And it looked like that was Casey Bates that allowed LaMonica to handle it. Look out, Shimborski now. Being double teamed. They want to pressure in the backfield. Forces the bad pass here. One hopper. Mavs have to clear it, though. Kelly quickly ahead. And a nice pass there to Talenti. So Malloy has really made it a point here to be physical and pressure the ball handler, whether in the backfield or on the perimeters of the offense. That has been the plan so far in this one. Mavs have not been able to get many looks on the inside here once the Lions defense settles. Here's Morales. Takes a shot, clanks it off the post. And the rebound picked up. MER looks around, scores on the rebound. Well, that was a great play there by Caden MER, reading the shot that Morales did beat. Shumlawful, you'll see it on the replay here, clanks off the post. But what a beautiful play there by MER. Puts it home, and it's 4-1 Mavericks.
Mercy goal, score number 15, Caden MER. Mercy's 4-1.
4-1 Mavericks, but it looks like a penalty. Now MER scored the goal, and she gets the gate for 2 minutes there. So she's going to get a 2-minute penalty, and the Lions have a chance to immediately get this goal back here under a minute to go with possession. So to work go the Lions. They didn't need much time the first time on the player-up advantage. And here's their goal scorer, Rugolo. Gets it over to Borsellino now. Back to Rugolo on that right perimeter. Over to Borsellino now. Borsellino kind of looking around. I guess they want a last-second setup here. Boy, they are just really taking their time. Borsellino now. Trots around left side. Under 10 seconds to go. Well, they must be very confident they can time this perfectly. Boy, I am confused here. They're going to just let the time. Boy, that did nothing but favors for the Mavericks. Just chewed up 30 seconds of player-up advantage. And we are through one quarter. 4-1 Mavericks lead. Malloy, we'll be back here with quarter number 2 action in the 2025 ECC Women's Lacrosse Championship game. Only on the ECC Network. We'll be right back. And welcome back. We're about to start the second quarter and an update. So Caden Meyer's penalty took place prior to her scoring that goal. So we just were informed in between periods that that goal did not count. So it's only 3-1 now, Mercy. Player up advantage for the Lions. Still 54 seconds to go. And we are live here, 2025 ECC Women's Lacrosse Championship live here from Mercy University. It's Mercy University 3, Molloy University 1. Mike McGinnis on the call. Thank you for tuning in. So to work go the Lions here, trailing by a pair. And they'll set up Benasuti now behind the net there to Rugolo. They'll work a diagonal pass to the left side. Now quickly they go to work. Benasuti trying to find some room. Goes back outside to Rugolo. Rugolo, pass on the inside. Just got that there. The shot better save LaMonica. Oh, that was a nifty pass, although risky to Signorelli. And LaMonica was right on it. Mavs now quickly in transition. 20 seconds left on the player up advantage. As Callow will settle it down here. And they get it over to Wallace. Back to Kelly now. Kelly will get it back to Riley Wallace here. Here is Kelly now. Players are evened up again. Meyer behind the net. Talenti back over to Morales. Up high there to Kelly. Here's Hansen. Hansen curling around. Quick pass. Nobody home there. Trying to find Kelly. 3 different Mavericks converge on it. And somehow through that, it's Shamlafel comes up with it. So well defended by Molloy. Here's King with it now. Quickly they get it ahead, and the Lions go on the attack here. Nice little pass. They have some room on the inside. Aaron pass. LaMonica comes in almost like a free safety that time and swoops up the one hopper on the ground ball, and Shimborski will get it ahead here to Kelly. So surprisingly enough, it's been the defense that has dictated terms so far. Quick pass now to Callow. Callow has some room, gets it over to Talenti. Swings it up high here to Hansen. Hansen will settle it down a little. And again, both sides here, almost like they're feeling each other out a little, even though they've played a wild one earlier, just less than a month ago. As almost an apprehension offensively. And looks like Hansen was fouled there. Hansen, free position shot on the left side here. So she'll get a look with it now, see what she does. She'll forego the shot too far out, gets it over to Kelly. Kelly looks around now, threads the needle on the inside. A shot, they score, that sneaks in the left post. Shamlafel, I think, got a piece of it. And the Mavs execute that one with brilliance on that little play there. And I believe that was Juliana Talenti. I believe it was, as she snuck through the traffic. Her second of the game. And the Mavericks take a 4-1 lead. Ashlyn Kelly, boy, threaded the needle with that pass with precision. And it's 4-1 Mavericks. As Zamora and Callow will be on the draw here. On the ground now. I think they're going to say possession Molloy. Yes. So the Lions will take control here. Well, maybe not. They're going to talk about it here. So Molloy will take possession here. 12:07 to go in this first half. 4-1 Mercy on top. You're listening to the 2025 ECC Women's Lacrosse Championship Final here on the ECC Network. Mike McGinnis on the call. Thanks for joining us. So the Lions now trying to get their attack going. They can put up the goals quickly, so beware of that. Curling around now is a Morrison. Swings it over there to Benasuti. Takes a shot. Nice save, boy, LaMonica. LaMonica's stick was clipped on the way through. She was asking for a call. Referee said nothing. LaMonica with another save. And Lindsay Shimborski comes up with it now to Emily Marino. Marino. Pass. Oh, look out there. MER did pick it up on the back end, but Wallace was tripped. And a trip to the penalty box for Borsellino. 1 minute player up advantage for the Mavericks here. And here we go as Kelly with it now. Back over to Hansen behind the net. They go to work here. Talenti. Over to that sharp right side of MER. Here's Kelly. Kelly fakes the shot. Comes in. Lost the handle on it. And Shamlafel comes up with it. Nice defensive play to cause the turnover. And the Lions killing off some time here. Under 40 seconds to go on the player-up advantage. Look out. Ground ball in the midfield. And picked up by Callow. She's the one who caused it. Takes a nice hit as well. And still holds on to it. Wallace ahead here. Talenti corrals that back in. Feeds it quickly over there. And Hansen says, let's settle it down. Gets it over to Wallace now. Back over to MER on that far right perimeter. Waning seconds of the player-up advantage. As Kelly gets it over to Hansen now. Back to Wallace. Back over now to Talenti behind the net. Boy, both these teams almost playing like a game management, forgive the football term, type of philosophy here. They want to drain the clock, it seems, on both sides. So here's Hansen now. Circling around, look out, shading left, goes back right, inside, outside she goes. Here's Wallace, has a look, fire, scores! Oh, Riley Wallace with a heat seeker on that right perimeter and puts it over the right shoulder that time of Shamlafel. And it's 5-1 Mavericks. Oh, watch Wallace here. That was an absolute dart she threw right into the net there. Puts it home. And the Mavericks take a 5-1 lead. Zamora and Callow will go to the draw control here. .9:56 to go in the first half. Mercy with a 5-1 lead. On the ground, they're going to say possession Malloy. Well, here's the one that they wanted with Megan Rugolo. Comes in on that left side, pushed off the block, though. Marino would have none of it. Rugolo, nice move on the inside, takes a shot diagonally, deflects wide there. And Benasuti comes up with it. Oh, a tricky little shot there, but the Mavs were ready for it. Borsellino now, quickly over to Signorelli. Back behind the net now to Rugolo. Quickly over to a Morrison. Left side, they'll work it to Borsellino. Up top now to Benasuti. She'll look back to Borsellino, and they'll work it to a Morrison. Morrison trying to find a seam there. And denying her access is Casey Bates, playing up high on this sequence. Quick pass, a lot of traffic. Pushed back out there is Borsellino. Feed on the inside now, curling around, drop pass back. Good passing by the Lions. Look out, a shot, they score or no? It looked like Shimborski was clobbered on the way through. Are they going to call a free position shot, though? It's going to be a free position shot here. I believe it's going to be Ava Benasuti to take it here, dead down the middle. Benasuti passes up the shot attempt. They'll go down the middle again. The shot, they score. Big goal there, Sophia Quitoni. Rifles it home inside that right post. Lions needed that one in the worst way, and it's 5-2 Mercy. Well, you see Quitoni here just rifle it over the right shoulder of LaMonica. So the Lions get an important goal there, and it's 5-2 Mercy.
Sophia Quitoni, Mercy 5-2.
So Callow and Zamora on the exchange here for draw control. Fans getting into it here. And this is up in the air. Who's going to get it? Big fight for it. Possession, Lions. So the Lions have been getting the edge here on the draw control. And they'll go back to work here. Quickly they get it over to Benasuti. Behind the net there to Morrison. Morrison being watched by Casey Bates. They'll work it to that left perimeter now. As here is Borsellino switching over to Rugolo. Rugolo now, switching around, takes a shot and scores. Megan Rugolo over the left shoulder of LaMonica, and back-to-back goals here by the Lions, and they have whittled the deficit to 5-3. You see Rugolo there, snipes one home over the left shoulder that time of LaMonica, and the Lions cutting into the deficit. We talked about it. They can score in bunches quickly. So 5-3 now. So it's 5-3 Mercy. Popped up in the air, big draw control coming, and the Lions look out now, a fight for it. Mavs come up with it. Look out, here's Leah Hansen. Thought about the breakaway attempt, but was shielded off on the angle and has to control it for the Mavs, and they'll get it to Wallace. Halfway through this second quarter, 5-3 Mercy on top. Here's Caden Meyer. Meyer looking around now on that right perimeter, trots behind the net to Morales. Morales directing traffic back there. Look out now, lightning quick. Morales tried to take a shot, she's fouled. Curling in on that right side. She's going to get a free position shot here from a very good angle. Morena Morales. Looking dead center here on Shamwaffle. Here she comes in, drives, and had a ground ball force there. Was she fouled again? Looks like she might have been. So free position again here for Morales. She'll come in on a different angle on that right side. Morena Morales. Referee Morales drives in, once again gets hit from behind, nothing called. And a ground ball forced there and controlled by Shamlawful. So the Lions survive 2 challenges there. And they go back to the attack here. Here's a pass, one hopper. Errand picked up though. Oh, that's a big break as Signorelli. Right time, right place on that one. Back over to Benasuti now. Back to Signorelli. Over to Rugolo. Rugolo with it now. Biding her time, under 6.5 to go in the half. It's 5-3. Mercy on top, curling around now. Taking a shot and putting it home inside the right post was Alexa Morrison. 3 straight strikes here for the Lions. And it's now 5-4 Mercy. And the Mavericks are going to take a timeout to talk it over. 6:17 to go in the first half. Mavericks lead the Lions 5-4. We'll be back with more action on the 2025 ECC Women's Lacrosse Championship when we return on the ECC Network. And welcome back here to Mercy Field, Dobbs Ferry, New York, ECC Network 2025 Women's Lacrosse Championship Final. Mike McGinnis on the call here. 5-4, Mercy leads Malloy. Malloy has come up with 3 straight tallies here to cut the deficit to 1 goal. Zamora and Callow on the draw. Of course, both these teams playing in the championship today faced off against each other, and both games went to overtime. Popped up in the air. Look out now. Controlled by Zamora. And kind of shuffled out there to Rugolo, who picks it up. Unconventional. Look out. Another bad pass there, but picked up by Borsellino. Not exactly precise passing, but it works out for the Lions. They're looking for the equalizer here. They have had the better of the ball possession time here in this second quarter. As Borsellino with it now over to Rugolo. Rugolo looking around now. Passes inside. The shot goes screaming over the crossbar. And possession goes to the Lions. They'll swing it out now. Boy, Rugolo faked that pass, still holding on to it. Goes back behind the net. Over to Morrison. Morrison will curl out to that left side now. Trying to find a seam. Goes down the middle. Lost the handle on it, though. And comes up with it. Fire. Scores! The one hopper finds its way past LaMonica And just like that, 4 straight tallies on the board for Malloy, and they have tied this thing up at 5. Pretty goal on that one. Watch this one hopper. Oh, just sneaks past LaMonica. We talked about the Lions. Quick strike offense.
Malloy goals for number 9, Alexa Morrison. Score is tied 5.
And Alexa Morrison has knotted this thing up at 5. Now the Lions have had, I think, a advantage here on draw control in this second quarter. Let's see if the Mavs can stem the tide a little. Popped up in the air, ground ball. Possession Lions. Or what are they going to say? No, they're going to say now Mavericks have it. Oh, boy, now they're going to talk about it? No, all right, they're going to say that the Mavericks have it. Okay, so possession Mercy. 4:53 to go in this first half. Still, they're trying to reset everything, and here we go. Callow with it now. Back over to Kelly. Kelly back now to Meyer. Meyer trots around, gets it to Hansen. Leah Hansen, always a lightning rod for the defensive attention. Fires a shot that is dislodged. And possession will stay with Mercy here. And it'll go back behind the net. Circling around Talenti. Look out, ground ball forced. On the ground, Talenti somehow came back up with it. Big break there for the Mavericks. Here is Meyer with it now. Kaden Meyer looking around. They gave her too much room, and a shot goes past the right post. Here's Morales now, under 3 minutes to go. Actually, 4 minutes, check that, in the first half. Here's Kelly now. Kelly coming around, shading on that left side, threads the needle, the shot to Riley Wallace. Oh, what a pass by Ashlyn Kelly, and in mid-motion, it's Riley Wallace finding the back of the net, and the Mavericks take a 6-5 lead. What a play here. Watch the pass from Kelly. Oh, boy, pinpoint there. And Wallace says, thank you very much. Deposits it in the back of the net, and the Mavs reclaim the lead here at 6-5.
Mercy goals for number 11, Riley Wallace. Assist for number 41, Ashlyn Kelly. This is 6-5.
Callow and Zamora on the draw here. .347 to go in this first half, and a nice win there on the draw control. Rugolo with it right away after the feed and win by Quitoni. Lions have had the edge here on draw controls, especially here in the second quarter. As they go back to work here, Benasuti with it now. Back over to their last goal scorer, Alexa Morrison. Morrison curls in on the right side, tries to thread the needle, too fine with that pass. Thrown up in the air, Wallace in the middle of it there, and picked up there on the far side of the field by Emma Ryan. Look out now, a quick move by Quitoni, she is taken down. And that's going to be a free position shot here. Sophia Quitoni will get a look now. So Quitoni will get a very good look here. shading to the right high slot area. Sophia Quitoni comes in, fires and scores. Beats LaMonica 5-hole, and we are tied at 6. A pretty goal there by Sophia Quitoni. And we are right back to even in this one. See that on the replay. Quitoni with that one hopper. Makes no doubt about it. And the Mavericks and the Lions are deadlocked at 6.
Number 12, Sophia Quitoni. Score is tied 6-6.
Callow and Zamora on the draw here. On the ground, what do they say? They're going to say possession mercy. So Wallace picks it up off the turf here. And to work we go. Look out, ground ball force there. And I believe it was Ruggalo who clipped it. She certainly picked up the ground ball. Comes in with a head of steam. Look out now. Fast shot, scores, top shelf. And the Lions, I'll tell you, Sophia Quitoni doing it on both sides, forcing the turnover, the ground ball, and the one-shot finish over the shoulder of LaMonica. And just like that, the Lions have put up 6 on the board here in the second quarter and have a 7-6 lead. What an impressive play there by Megan Ruggalo.
Malloy goal, scored by number 17, Megan Ruggalo. Malloy leads 7-6.
So, Callow and Zamora on the draw here, and the Lions have claimed the momentum now in this one. They have their first lead at 7-6. And Szymborski with the draw control win, and a massive one for the Mavs. Gets it over to Callow now. Drop pass to Meyer. Under 2.5 to go in the first half. Malloy with a 7-6 lead over Mercy. Meyer behind the net now, trots to the left side. Trying to find Kelly, who cut across there. Gets it over to Wallace on the high perimeter. They'll swing it back to Meyer now. Meyer on the left side being forced out, though. Let's go back behind the net over to Hansen. Hansen curls around, trying to find some room, gets clipped. Tight quarters, ground ball forced. Picked up by the Mavs, quick pass in front. And Hansen was hit there as she took the shot on that right block. And she'll get a free position shot here. So sharp far right angle there for Leah Hansen. Let's see if she actually takes the shot. She's going to come in and gets hit on the way by. And I think she's going to get another look here. So Hansen will get another look here. Shading to the left now. A little further in. Shamwaffle has to come up with a rabbit out of the hat here. Does she have it? Here we go. The shot off the post on the inside. Or they look out. Hansen's going to get another shot here. Wow, that clipped the post there. I actually thought that hit the back bar from this vantage point in the net and came screaming out, but that was not the case. So, funny enough, this is our third time, and Hansen's back to the first place that she was on that right side. She'll try it again. Shot! 5-hole! Doesn't miss this time. Leah Hansen gets the equalizer, and we are tied at 7 with 1:24 left in the first half. Well, third time's a charm. Leah Hansen, watch this one. Bang, puts it home. 5-hole on that one. And we're knotted up at 7.
Mercy goals for number 24, Leah Hansen. Mercy, score is tied 7-7.
As Callow and Zamora on the draw here. Under the watchful eye of Sam the Eagle, kind of the unofficial fan here at Mercy Field. They have a bald eagle family here. As here we go, Callow, Zamora on the draw. Zamora with a nice win. Quick pass over and gets it ahead to the ever-dangerous Megan Rugelow. Lions have had the better of the play here in the second quarter, and they've certainly had more of the offensive possession time. (6-4) in favor of Malloy in terms of scoring in the quarter so far, as Rugelow has it now. Rugelow head fake, draws a triple team, and is clipped on the way in, and frustration there by the Mavs defense. And Rugelow is going to get a free position shot here from far out. 50.7 left. Well, actually, maybe not as far as I thought. Down the middle. Let's take a shot from here, baby. Well, she's going to drive in now. Takes a shot. Scores. Megan Rugelow lights it up again. And just like that, Malloy has reclaimed the lead. It's 8-7. Put that one roof shot inside the crossbar. And a pretty goal there. 8-7. Malloy leads it.
Point number 17, Megan Rugelow. Malloy leads 8-7.
And they go to draw control again here. So Callow and Zamora on the draw here. Popped up in the air. A scramble for it. And still a fight for it. And it looks like Shimborski, after all of that, will take control for the Mavericks. She'll get it back to LaMonica. We'll find Rita Marie Massey. Massey will bring it up now, back over to Emily Marino. Mavs get the clear, and they'll try to go to work here with under half a minute to go. Pinching up is Marino. Back over now to Hansen. Under 20 seconds to go. Hansen curling around left side, tries to make a move, takes a shot, was forced wide. Good defensive play. Morales quickly with it. 5 seconds to go. Quick pass deflected out. And we're going to go in the half here. Malloy with an 8-7 lead over Mercy. Halftime is here. Malloy 8, Mercy 7. 2025 Women's Lacrosse Championship Final. We'll have second half action when we return on the ECC Network.
The score at the half is Malloy 8, Mercy 7. The winner of this game will advance to play in the NCAA Division II Championship. Be sure to tune into the NCAA Selection Show on NCAA.com on Sunday, May 4th at 8:30 p.m.
And welcome back here to Mercy Field in Dobbs Ferry, New York. Your halftime score. It's Malloy University Lions 8 and the Mercy University Mavericks 7. This is the 2025 ECC Women's Lacrosse Championship Final here on the ECC Network. Mike McGinnis on the call. And let's look at some of the stats here for that first half for the Lions. Megan Rugolo leading the way with 4 goals. A pair of tallies for Alexa Morrison and Sophia Catoni. As for the Mavs, they have 3 goals by Riley Wallace, 2 strikes by Talenti, a goal and an assist by Kaden Meyer, and a goal by Leah Hansen, 2 assists for Kelly. Draw control only 8-7 for Malloy as we're about to get set here. 4 saves for LaMonica in the first half, 1 for Shamloffel. Second half action about to get set here on the 2025 ECC Championship Final. And a false start, and the Lions will take over. And back to work they go here. Their offense really got going in that second quarter when they put up 7 goals on the board. As they go behind the net now to a Morrison. And they'll look from behind there as Benasuti got to look for it. They go to that right perimeter, and they'll work it left side now to Borsellino. Borsellino on the right side. Looking around, cradling the ball. Finds it over to Morrison. Morrison fakes the shot there. Quickly goes back out to the right side. Back pass to Morrison. Picked off on the back end. Somebody hit the deck for the Lions. Nothing called. Rugolo now with it. They swing it over to that right side. Oh, nice little move on the inside. The shot, that goes wide. And ground ball back to LaMonica. I don't know who caused that. There are so many bodies down there. I'm not sure who caused that turnover. LaMonica did pick up the ground ball, though. Pass over to Talenti. Very humid here. In the mid-80s is the temperature right now. We are expecting rain later, and it should be here during the men's game. We're just hoping not to get thunderstorms. Meyer now behind the net to Morales. Morales curls around that left side, swings it back out here to Wallace. Riley Wallace, dead down the middle, fires, and it goes wide. Possession, Mercy. Talenti now, back to Meyer on that right side. Look out, Meyer, trying to find a seam. She's pushed off the block, though. Very physical, roving defense here by the Lions. Meyer trying to roll off a defender, takes a shot that goes wide on the short side. Under 30 seconds on the possession time. This is the first sustained possession the Mavs have had in some time here. Here is Hansen now. Hansen getting triple teamed. And look out, she draws a flag here. And there's going to be a stoppage there as Callow. Yellow card coming here. And a player up advantage for the Mavs. And it looks like it's going to be Carly Howell taking a seat to the sin bin here for 2 minutes. So a pivotal moment here for the Mavs to try to draw blood here and get the equalizer. And they have a free position shot to Megan Callow, dead down the center. Callow's going to go for it. Takes a shot and scores! The equalizer on the board for the Mavericks. And we are tied at 8. Oh, Megan Callow released that thing about 2 seconds before I anticipated it. A goal scorer's goal on that one. And you watch Callow here. Boy, that was lightning quick. That does count as a player-up goal there, so literally 1 second came off the clock. And Megan Callow has found the equalizer for the Mavericks.
Mercy goal, score number 23, Megan Callow. Score is tied 8-8.
So Megan Callow has knotted this thing up at 8. And, boy, I'll tell you, these two teams, back and forth they go here. And on both teams, I might say. You know, both these teams faced off, and Both went to overtime, so we shouldn't be surprised where we are, should we? And a ground ball. Who wants it here? And it's Kelly who comes up with it. Ashlyn Kelly now eludes the back pressure. And here's Talenti over to Meyer. Caden Meyer now with it. Back to Kelly. Feeds it over to Wallace. Back to Kelly now. They'll go behind the net to Talenti. Juliana Talenti. Looks around, curls on that left side. Here's Riley Wallace. Wallace comes down right side. They'll go back to Leah Hansen on the right. Oh, Hansen almost shook the defender there. But then the defender got back in line. Curling around is Morales. She is fouled on the play. And, oh, you see the frustration by Malloy. There's a lot of screaming and yelling down there. And, you know, from one side you get that's the best call ever. The other side is in hysterics, depending on which side of the equation you're on. So here's Marina Morales on the free position shot here. Dead down the center. Here she comes. Fire, scores! Oh, a pretty goal that time by Marina Morales. Watch this one. Lightning quick. Beats Sean Waffle. Stick side. And it's now 9-8 Mavericks.
Mercy goals. Winner number 16, Marina Morales. Mercy leads 9-8.
So the Mavericks reclaim the lead here, 9-8. As Callow and Zamora, boy, this has been the battle within the war today. Boy, and how important is it to keep hydrated out there? In a day like this game feels like we're playing it in southern Florida rather than the Northeast. And here we go. Draw control coming here. On the ground, big fight for it. Who's going to get it? They're all going after it. Look at the fight here for it. Oh, nice little play. Oh, how about that? Megan Callow bounces down on it almost like a basketball and recovers it there. What a nifty play that was. Here's Talenti with it now. Talenti back over to Caden Meyer. Out to Kelly. And here's Wallace on the far left perimeter. High slot to Kelly. They shade it to that left side. Oh, Kelly, she's dangerous. Give her a seam. They've been able to contain her so far. Ground ball force. That's an excellent play. Another ground ball and recovered there. Heads up play by Kelly. Oh, we told you, Kelly's a 330-foot player. And a ball lost there and a collision. Possession Lions. So a wild sequence there. And here we go as bringing it up now is Borsellino. Borsellino stood up there by Hansen but gets through. Now we'll set up shop there on the right side. Here is the ever-dangerous Rugolo. Back to Signorelli now. Over to Quitoni. Here's Emma Ryan. They go back behind the net there to a Morrison. A Morrison back over to Quitoni on that left perimeter. Oh, look out. She lost the footing. Ground ball. There's a shot. And I don't know. Was there a save? No, it was just another ground ball. Rita Marie Massey has her pocket pick there. Goes out of bounds. Possession, Malloy. Wow, what a wild sequence there. So Malloy retains possession here. 5.5 gone by in this third quarter, 9-8. Mercy clinging to a lead, 20-25. ECC Women's Lacrosse Championship Final. Oh, it's got all the makings of a classic, folks, doesn't it? They work it on the right side now to Rugolo. Oh, has some room and is pushed off. Swings it outside. Errant pass on the turf. It's a foot race. Maverick gets taken down big time there. I think that was Shimborski. She is shaken up. And we're going to take a timeout here. Mercy with possession. 9:04 to go in the third quarter. Let's step aside here on the ECC Network. And welcome back here to Mercy Field. Lindsay Shimborski slow to get up, but walking on her own power. We'll have to keep an eye on that. Boy, the Mavs cannot afford to lose her. 2025 ECC Women's Championship Final here on the ECC Network. 9-8 Mercy leads it with possession. 9:08 to go in this third quarter. Thank you for tuning in wherever it is you're tuning in from on this hot sunny day in Dobbs Ferry, New York. Very humid, mid-80s temperature and hazy. Clouds rolling in, though. And, of course, we have the men's final starting at 2 o'clock. Same teams, Malloy and Mercy, to do battle. So here is Talenti behind the net now to Morales. Morales back out to Wallace now. Mavs want a more methodical approach. Look out, errant pass there. But MER picks it up on the back end there, circles around the right perimeter there, and goes behind the net. And looks like Lindsay Shimborski has come back, and that's a big sigh of relief for the Mavericks. Here's Wallace now. Quickly passes it out here. Rolling off the defense is Hansen. Push back out, well defended. Back over now to Morales. And here is Kelly with it now. Kelly back over to Talenti, under 30 on the possession clock. Here's Morales now. Watch out, she's very slippery. They swing it back out to Riley Wallace now. Riley Wallace comes around, curls in right side, can't find any room, pass inside. And Callow behind the net. They're trying to collapse the box here. Pass inside, not being able to handle it. Quick shot, sharp angle off the outside of the net. That's a shot clock expiration and a defensive stand made by the Lions halfway through this third quarter. It's 9-8. Mavericks with the lead, and quickly bringing it ahead here is Benasuti. Benasuti, the far side there, being watched by Quarta. Check that. That is Borsellino. And they swing it back over to a Morrison. Morrison now watched behind the net here. Swing it back outside here. Over to Signorelli. Signorelli feeds on that sharp right angle. They'll go back behind the net here. Under 7 minutes to go in a very fast-moving third quarter here. As Quittoni has it now. Quittoni being stood up there. Makes the circle move. Fires and scores. Inside the crossbar, shading to the left. It's Sophia Quittoni with another tally on the day for her, and we are right back where we started, tied up once again. Quittoni got that first step and never looked back. And the Mavericks and the Lions are knotted up again at 9 with 6:36 to go in this third quarter. Callow, Zamora on the draw. Popped up in the air. Fight for it. Callow comes up with it. So Megan Callow now will get possession, and Hansen quickly over to Kaden Meyer. Back over to Kelly now. Here's Riley Wallace. Wallace back to Kelly. Kelly now with it. Shade to the right side. You got to give the Lions credit. They've pushed everything to the outside. Oh, look out there. Somebody took a big wallop, and Talenti hits the deck. And they're going to stop that right now. And looks like Talenti. No, they're going to give possession to the Lions. How about this? Now what's going on? Okay. It's going to be possession mercy. Sharp angle shot right side. Free position shot here for Talenti. She going to take the shot? That's the question. And let's see what happens. No, she will forego the shot there and give it out wide to Kelly. Pass deflected on the inside. And that is taken away by the Lions. So the Lions now with possession, under 6 to go in this third quarter, tied up at 9. And Rugolo has it now. Look out, almost a ground ball for us, but she hangs on to it. Over now to Signorelli, who has to pick it up off the carpet. Gets it back now to Emma Ryan. Behind the net they'll go to Alexa Amarison. Boy, very tense crowd here. They know what's on the line in this one. Amarison trying to circle around, takes a shot, glances off the outside of the net. LaMonica got a piece of that one. Look out now, curling around. And bounced off one of the defenders was Signorelli. Here's Benasuti now. Benasuti pushed to the outside. Being pressured there by Rita Marie Massey. Back to Quittoni now. Quittoni trying that inside move. Forced outside. Takes a shot. Scores! Over the left shoulder of Olivia LaMonica. Oh, I'll tell you, Sophia Quittoni doesn't need much time and space to execute. And does. And it's 10-9 Molloy. As the Lions reclaim the lead with 4:44 to go in this third quarter.
Molloy goal scorer number 12, Sophia Quittoni. Molloy leads 10-9.
Callow and Zamora on the draw here. So draw control coming here. Popped up in the air. Ground ball taken away by Lindsay Shimborski. Of course, she was shaken up earlier and gets it over to Talenti now. Quickly over to Kelly. Back to Meyer. Caden Meyer. Looking around now, swings it back outside to Callow, and then on the right far perimeter to Leah Hansen. Hansen with some speed now. Comes around, circles it around to the right, pass inside, the shot and a save, and a rebound picked up there. Oh, that's a nifty play. Nice read by Morales. Nice save there by Shamlafel, denying Wallace on that one. Here's Kelly now behind the net. Kelly looking around, trying to find some room, not being given much of it here. Here's Callow now. Callow head of steam, going to try to drive inside. Push to the outside, though. And back to Morales. Morales, quick pass on the inside there. Give and go. Morales outside of Callow. Here's Meyer. 3.5 to go in this third quarter. Meyer had some room. Scores! Top shelf on the right side. Caden Meyer puts it home, and we are tied at 10. So Caden Meyer got that one step. You see it here, and boy, that is all she needs. Accelerates and pops it in inside the right shelf there of behind the goalkeeper, Shamlafel.
Score is tied 10-10.
Tied at 10. Draw control coming here. 3:27 to go in the third quarter. As Callow and Riley Zamora on the draw control here. Popped up in the air, knocked around. Who's going to get it? Lindsay Shimborski comes up with it. They swing it to the back, over to Rita Marie Massey. Escapes the pressure. Oh, nice pass there over to Marino. Here's Meyer with it now. Caden Meyer. Very dangerous player all around. Look out, being pressured though. Picks up the pressure. Look out, has some room, takes a shot, and it goes wide. Oh, the Lions are very fortunate there. Missed defensive assignment on that one. Here's Hansen now with it. Hansen, oh, got clipped there. No, they're going to say an illegal block there. And the Lions will take over. So quickly ahead they work it. Borsellino gets it ahead to Rugolo. Oh, look out. Here comes Megan Rugolo. She has a lot of room. Is she going to try to go coast to coast? She gets hit. And it has to force a pass. And a little too hot to handle by Morrison. So the Mavs get a break there. Coming up on 2 minutes to go in the third quarter here. Tied up at 10. The intensity, you could cut it with a knife here. It's everything you want in a championship game. Look out there. Massey took a nice wallop, but says, we're going to get a clear and a setup here, girls, and gets it over to Callow. Back to Riley Wallace now. Wallace on the other side to Ashlyn Kelly. Here's Caden Meyer with it now. Back to Morales. Morales inside move. Pushes off the defender. Nothing called. Here's Meyer. Very late whistle there. I don't know what happened here. Under 90 seconds to go in the quarter. As Meyer will take possession here over to Kelly. Kelly back outside there, left perimeter. Over to Wallace. They'll swing it out to the far reaches of that left. Hansen gearing it up. Fire! Scores! And it's Leah Hansen. Oh, a goal scorer's strike on that one. And I believe Wallace will get the assist. Boy, she fired it up from the outside here. And we'll see officially how that goal goes.
Mercy goal, score number 24, Leah Hansen. Mercy leads 11-10.
Well, they'll say unassisted. Boy, Hansen came from that far left room. You see her circle around and fires up the afterburners and bang, puts it home there. So 11-10 now. Mercy leads it. Something tells me we've got about 50 other twists and turns before this one's all over. I just got a feeling. 75 seconds to go in the third period. It's 11-10, Mavericks on top. You're listening to the 2025 ECC Championship Final here. Game 1 of 2 here between Molloy and Mercy. They're both in it for both championships. And a ground ball. Oh, big fight. Look out there. Bodies all over the place. Still on the floor. And Callow had it. Had her stick whacked away. Nothing called. And Molloy comes up with it. Signorelli with it now. Molloy to the attack. Back over to Quittoni now. And it looks like we'll get a timeout. 51.5 ticks left here in quarter number 3. Possession Molloy. Mercy leads 11-10. We'll be back here on the ECC Network. Like a seasoned junior. I've seen her out there. Boy, really laying it out. Oof, that field hockey ball. I give you a lot of credit. Oh, yeah. No doubt. I'm not a horse race guy, so I didn't even know. Yeah, I know. My girlfriend likes it. She likes the ponies, so, you know, yeah. Yeah, and again, I didn't even know it was today. I guess I should, but, you know. Something happened. Well, welcome back here to Mercy Field, Dobbs Ferry, New York, 2025 ECC Women's Championship Final. Here's the situation. There's 51.5 seconds left in the third quarter. Mercy has an 11-10 lead, but Molloy has possession here in the Mercy zone. Mike McGinnis on the call. Thanks so much for tuning in and joining us wherever it is you're tuning in from. Of course, the weather is a big factor here today. Very humid, now becoming overcast. We're expecting rain here for the second game. In the mid-80s. I mean, this feels like you're in Florida weather. As here's a Morrison with it now. Circles around that left side under the watchful eye of Lindsay Shimborski. She'll go behind the net to Quittoni. Quittoni has 4 markers on the day already, along with Rugolo. So the big guns here for Molloy. Look out, loose ball forced there by Kelly. And still a fight for it. Somehow Lindsay Shimborski came up with it. Oh, Ashlyn Kelly, a big defensive play there. And we talked about Kelly and Wallace and Meyer, this young group there. Yeah, they have good offensive numbers, but they are very committed on the defensive end as well. Mavericks would be content to just run this out to the fourth quarter. And what a fourth quarter it sets up to be. Mercy 11, Molloy 10. Folks, fasten in your seatbelts. It's going to be a wild ride to the finish. 11-10, Mercy leads Molloy. Fourth quarter action in this 2025 Championship Series final coming up on the ECC Network. sir. Fasten your seatbelt. It's going to be a wild ride. And welcome back here. The site, Mercy University in Dobbs Ferry, New York. It's the 2025 ECC Women's Lacrosse Championship Final. And what a good one it's been so far here. Mercy 11, Malloy 10. Mike McGinnis on the call. Boy, I'll tell you, both these teams have given it their all out there in very intense conditions. Mid-80s, hazy, humid, clouds rolling in. It's got all the makings. Mavs will attack from right to left on your screen. And a draw control coming here to start this fourth and final quarter of regulation here. Both Mercy and Malloy fighting for championship games today. Their two first matchups, I should say the two first matchups respectively for each side, both went to overtime. Callow and Zamora on the draw. Actually, check that. It's going to be Brady on the draw, and it's won by the Mavericks. Here's Callow. Oh, nice slip there on the defender. They'll pull it back over to Hansen. Mavs want, both sides have seemed to do this. They want more of the controlled, moderate look offensively. They don't want to try to rush things. They use every bit of the clock. I mean, this has been a game management special here between these two teams. That third quarter, 12 minutes melted off the board in a blip. Here's Kelly now. Kelly trying to make the move, goes left side. Oh, and is hit up high, no call. Nice defensive play. And that's a great defensive play. Loose change picked up there by Borsellino, and she'll shuttle it back here over to Tiana Barone, and they'll quickly get it ahead here. And here is Megan Rugolo. Boy, her and Kitoni. And look out, ground ball force there. Well, they're going to say no. Foul on Quarta on that one. So to the attack go the Lions. Behind the net, a Morrison. Back over now to Benasuti. Benasuti has to swing it out there to Borsellino. Over to Rugolo. Opening stages of this fourth quarter. Rugolo had a move there. Swings it back out. Pressure coming. Quitoni fires, and it might have deflected off of a defender. And picked up quickly by Benasuti. Circles around now. Trying to find somebody. We'll get it over to Rugolo. Rugolo swings across. There's a shot. It was loose, dislodged. I don't think they ever had possession. And it's picked up off the turf there by Borsellino. They'll work it up high slot. Shading right is Signorelli. Here's Rugolo. Gearing up left side. Lot of body. She scores. And it's Megan Rugolo for the fifth time today, putting it home. And once again, we are tied at 11, 2:15 into this fourth quarter. And you watch Megan Rugolo go to work again. Boy, gets that one accelerated step. And just like that, we are tied at 11.
Malloy goal scorer number 17, Megan Rugolo. Score is tied 11-11.
Callow on the draw control here. I'm not sure. I see the player standing sideways. Can't pick up who's on draw control here for the Lions. And I thought it was, and it was Rugolo. And it's won by Signorelli, and the Lions will take over here. So here's Barone with it now. Tiana Barone. Actually, check that. That is Samantha King with it now. King brings it up quickly here. She pinches up. She's being watched by Marino. Pressure coming here. And looks like a foul on Emily Marino here. Morrison picks it up. Morrison now. Looks around behind the net. Trying to set up there, curling in on that left side, trying to get momentum. Pushed down and contacted, though, by Kelly. Trying to make an inside move here was Benasuti. She has to go behind the net to Katoni. Katoni now. Look out. Short side. Fires. Better save. And a beauty by LaMonica. Oh, put a star next to that one. As Olivia LaMonica slammed the door on Katoni on the short side right post. Emily Marino gets it over now to Lenti. The long pass there. And connects to Morales. Marina Morales now works in on the right side and goes back behind the net. 4 minutes gone by in this fourth quarter. We're tied at 11. Here's Leah Hansen with it now. Back outside to Kelly. Over now to Meyer. Kaden Meyer with it. Circles up top, makes the head fake, goes in right side, but pushed off though. She has to backtrack. Now to the left side, they work it. Crossing right as Hansen fires, scores! Leah Hansen puts one home, and the Mavericks reclaim the lead. It's 12-11. Watch this shot by Leah Hansen. Finds the right screen and releases, and it's over the right shoulder of Sham Laffel. And just like that, the Mavericks reclaim the lead. It's 12-11.
Number 24, Leah Hansen. Mercy leads 12-11.
Rugolo and Callow on draw control here. And here we go. Draw control coming here. Rugolo fighting for it and has control. Quickly gets it over. Nice pass to Signorelli. Signorelli with a head of steam. Comes on, quick transition. Here's Katoni trying to find that equalizer pretty quickly here, but she'll back off and go behind the net. Benasuti now with it. Back over to Katoni. Looks to a Morrison and recalibrates here with Benasuti. Back up to the high slot to Signorelli now. Hot pass over to Benasuti. Eva Benasuti trying to find some room. Massey denies her. Up top now. A Morrison trying to find some room. Lot of pressure. Ground ball forced here. And picked up by the Mavericks. Oh, a big play there. And Wallace feels the pressure. Quick pass over to Callow. Very smart move there. And the Mavs go back on the attack here. Here's Meyer. Meyer trying to collapse the box quickly. In front, a shot goes wide on the right side as Wallace was on the doorstep. Behind the net now. As Talenti gets it up high to Kelly. Back over now to Kaden Meyer. 6 minutes gone by in the fourth quarter. 12-11, Mercy with the lead. 2025 ECC Women's Lacrosse Championship Final here on the ECC Network. Thank you for tuning in wherever it is you're tuning in from. Here's Kelly now to Hansen. Hansen fakes the shot, looks around, right side, a wall of defenders, takes a shot that screams over the crossbar there. Here's Talenti now with it. Under 30 on the possession clock. They attack right side now. Here's Meyer. Gets contacted, threads the needle. Sharp pass to Callow. Callow fires, nice save. Oh, Sham Laffel with a beauty there. And That's a big save that the Lions needed. And quickly, they get it ahead here to Carly Howell. Howell, look out now. Quick pass. And in transition come the Lions. Look out, here's Rugolo. Left side, fires and scores the equalizer. We are tied at 12 as once again, Megan Rugolo. 6 tallies on the day for her, and we are knotted up at 12. Boy, and how big does that save by Shamlafo look on the other side now? As Callow and Rugolo will go on the draw control here.
Malloy goal, score number 17, Megan Rugolo. Score is tied 12-12.
8:03 to go in regulation, tied at 12. Rugolo looks like she's a little tired. I don't blame her. She scored 6, and now she's got to do draw control. No rest for the weary. As Ben Franklin once said, if you want something done, give it to a busy person. Here we go. And Rugolo's been busy today. Look at that. Wins well. Had the draw control win. I think they're going to give possession and maybe a penalty coming up here. It is.
Green card, Mercy 41.
Kelly will take a trip. Oh, get the gate here. Well, maybe not. It's going to be Shimborski. And that's a killer because she's one of the best defenders in the conference. So a player up advantage for 1 minute for the Lions. And Shimborski in the box. The Lions with a chance to take the lead here. Go to work on the left side now. Under 8 minutes to go in regulation, tied at 12. Behind the net now, Benasuti. Back up top. They work it to that left side now. Curling around, here's Katoni. Back to the right side to Benasuti. Up top they go, Katoni. They try to collapse on the right side. Looks like a free position shot here coming for Borsellino. Borsellino on the left angle with a chance to give the Lions a lead with a free position shot. Borsellino foregoes the shot there. They give it to Katoni. Back inside, Rugolo fires, scores! Player up goal, and the lead for Malloy, and it's 7 on the day for Megan Rugolo. And the Lions take a 13-12 lead as she rifles that one over the left shoulder of Olivia LaMonica. Looks like we're going to have a timeout here. Mavericks calling for time. 7:16 left in regulation. Malloy 13, Mercy 12. We'll be back. You're listening to the 2025 ECC Women's Lacrosse Championship Final here on the ECC Network. And welcome back. 7:16 left in regulation. This is the 2025 Women's ECC Championship Final. Mike McGinnis on the call here for the ECC Network, and it has been everything it's hyped up to be. Molloy 13, Mercy 12, draw control coming. Megan Rugelow's 7th strike of the day has reclaimed the lead here for the Lions. She's on draw control now with Megan Callow. And one by Szymborski somehow. Actually, that was Kelly. My apologies. So Kelly comes up with it. Boy, certainly under duress. Mavs looking for the equalizer here. This game has been as back and forth as expected, very much like the first time these two teams met when the Lions defeated the Mavericks in overtime 19-18, and that was a seesaw affair. Back behind the net, Talenti now swings it out to the right side there. Had Wallace. Here's Meyer. Meyer on the left side. Look out. A ground ball force there. It's still loose. Who's going to get it? Kicked away. Rugelow thought she had it. Meyer comes up with it. Now loses it. Kicked away. And now it's going to be Quittoni. Oh, what a crazy sequence there. And the Lions with a big turnover forced have it now. Back to Carly Howell. Ahead here to Borsellino. Borsellino ahead. Mavs need to come up with a defensive answer, and they might have gotten a huge break there. Oh, a short out pass, unforced error, and the Mavs will take over a massive break. Here's LaMonica now, swings it up high to Rita Marie Massey. Can the Mavs take advantage of that miscue? Massey in some trouble, and a ground ball forced and picked up there. Rugelow over to a Morrison. She has a break. Drop pass. The shot. They score. And Megan Rugelow with a massive play there forces the ground ball. The give and go with a Morrison. And Molloy has their insurance goal and the 8th goal of the day for Megan Rugelow. It's 14-12 Molloy. What a wild sequence there. 5:29 to go in regulation. So the Mavs certainly on the back foot now. They need to come up with some quick answers. Massive draw control coming here between Rugelow and Callow. Popped up in the air. Callow with the win. That's huge for the Mavs. Quickly, she settles it down and gets it over to Kaden Meyer. Meyer to set up now. I'll swing it back to Kelly. Kelly over to Wallace. Coming up on 5 minutes to go. Here's Kelly now. Kelly goes to that far right perimeter, trying to rev it up here for the Mavs. They go back behind the net. Over now to Meyer on that left perimeter. Mavs being very methodical on the approach here. But then again, you don't want to be too precise. So here's a drop pass to Kelly now. Back to Hansen. Boy, everything out to the outside here. And look out, Hansen now being double teamed, swings out. Not a lot of place to go with it here. 20 seconds to go on the possession clock here. Boy, Lions looking good. Here's a pass in front. They score. Massive goal by Ashlyn Kelly. Wow, timing is everything. And Leah Hansen feeds Ashlyn Kelly, who roofs it on that one. And it's 14-13 Molloy. Boy, massive goal there for the Mavs. And it's down to a 1-goal lead for Molloy with 4:06 to go.
Mercy goals for number 41, Ashlyn Kelly. Assistant number 24, Leah Hansen. Molloy leads 14.
Another heavy-duty draw control here between Callow and Rugolo. Pressure packed here for sure on a very steamy, muggy day here in Dobbs Ferry, New York. Site of the 2025 ECC Women's Lacrosse Championship Final. We'll have the men's final coming up here. Up in the air now. Callow still fighting for it. And somehow Callow came up with it. So the Mavs with a chance to get the equalizer under 4 minutes to go. Here's Leah Hansen with it now. Hansen, boy, big-time pressure here. You feel the intensity of the crowd. It's kind of a very stressed silence here. Both sides with a lot of suspense, fear and wonder in the air as Wallace now back over to Kelly. Kelly has some room, comes inside, ground ball forced, and picked up by the Lions. And, the defender got clipped down, and it's going to be possession Lions. Big, gutsy defensive play there by Carly Howell in a tight spot. Howell will give it back over to Shamlaffel. Shamlaffel quickly ahead there to Borsellino. Borsellino ahead. And the Lions go on the attack, needing an insurance goal here. Here's Signorelli now. They're going to take their time with it. They can shed off over a minute of time, protecting this 1-goal lead. Signorelli now back over to the ever-dangerous Rugolo. They go to that left side. Mavs need a big stop here. They've got to hold their ground against this very high-octaned Lions attack. Under 2.5 minutes to go in regulation, 14-13. Here comes Rugolo. Drop pass, the shot, they score! And it's Alexa Morrison. Massive goal for the Lions. They have a 2-goal lead with 2:19 to go. And that time, Rugolo used herself as the decoy. You have to respect her. And it leaves a pressured situation. And the opener Morrison made no mistake. 15-13 Molloy.
Molloy goals for number 9, Alexa Morrison. Assistant number 17, Megan Rugolo. Molloy leads 15-13.
Another big face-off coming here. Callow and Rugolo here. The Molloy fans feeling it here. And this is up in the air, ground ball, and somehow Riley Waltz. Where did she come from? Comes up with it quickly. Time is of the essence here for the Mavs. They got to get 2 markers quick. And they can't force a turnover. And quickly over now. I believe that is Morales. Morales behind the net quickly. Talenti, under 2 minutes to go. Back out to Kelly. Ashlyn Kelly with it now. Kelly looks around, being forced to the outside. Under 100 seconds to go. She's being pressured. Quick pass over to Hansen. Hansen is collided. Nothing called. No, wait a minute. And looks like a free possession shot coming here. Leah Hansen. Slow to get. Boy, there was a collision. A whole bunch of bodies fell down like bowling pins on that one. Free position shot. Boy, there are shots and there are shots. This is a heavy-duty one here for Leah Hansen. She's been here before. Over 170 goals in her career. Hanson, well, they're going to whistle it down here. 1:32 to go in regulation. Molloy 15, Mercy 13. 2025 ECC Championship Trophy hangs in the balance in this one. Here's Leah Hanson now. Hanson comes in, and a ground ball forced there. Oh, a massive play from the back end by Carly Howell. Sean Waffle and a timeout called. Molloy 79 seconds away from potential first ECC championship trophy with possession in the lead, 15-13. We'll be back here on the ECC Network. Yeah, it's not one of those cool base ones. It's not. And he's got a shirt underneath it. I see people here in sweatpants. I'm like, what is going on? I don't know what he's doing. Maybe he's losing weight for an MMA fight or something. Yeah, those cool base ones, I have a couple of those. They make a big difference. Welcome back here to Mercy Field, Dobbs Ferry, New York. 1:19 left in regulation. Possession Molloy with a 15-13 lead. 2025 ECC Women's Championship Final. Mike McGinnis on the call. And here we go now. The Lions in search of their first ever ECC Women's Lacrosse Championship are 79 seconds away if they execute it properly in doing so. They'll handle it behind the net now. It's about keep away. Quitoni with it now. Lost the handle on it. And a ground ball forced. And, oh, somebody got clipped from Mercy. And they're going to say possession Lions. Well, looks like Quitoni got clipped as well. So two different players down on that one. So tense moments there. And here we go. Now a timeout call by Molloy. 1:04 left in this one, 15-13. Molloy leads it. And, of course, we'll have post-game interviews with the winning coach and MVP. It's the Lions. Can see it in their sights right now. With a 15-13 lead, this has been an absolute classic between these two powerhouse teams in the ECC. And, of course, at 2 o'clock, we'll have Molloy and Mercy for the second tilt in 8 days between these two teams. And that game was an epic that will be long remembered, not only in ECC history, but in lacrosse history. On the wild finish to that one. So, both teams converge out of the timeout here. And the Lions come up with it now. Trying to salt away this one. I think they're going to have Rugolo. Why not? Boy, she's been everything for this Lions team in this one. She's going to have the duty of trying to get it out now. Under the watchful eye there of Quarta and actually Talenti and Hansen. She'll get it ahead now. Under a minute to go. Gets the clear ground ball, though.
No.
And a fight for it. Who has it? Boy, somebody got hit there. Possession. There's got to be a stoppage of the clock. They're going to reset this here. Marino somehow, through all of that, came up with a ground ball. And let's see what they reset it to. They're going to reset this to 51 now. Let's see what they say. It's 44.1 right now.
17 black, red card.
Red card to Megan Rugolo here.
I don't know what a red. That's a rejection. I don't even know what that is.
Just confirm that, please.
Confirm that, please.
So a red card to Rugolo. No time reset.
Green.
Check that, a green card. So sorry there. We had to get that back up. Here's Shimborski. Time is of the essence for the Mavericks. They need 2 tallies quickly. Here's Shimborski. Pop pass over to Meyer. Under 30 seconds to go. Meyer fires and a one-hopper save. And that might do it. Shamwaffle up with it now. Quickly gets it to Carly Howell. Howell going to try to clear it here. Pass ahead. She'll get it.
Stop.
And a timeout called. Green card called here, looks like,
41.
to Ashlyn Kelly. And the Malloy Lions on the verge of their first ECC Women's Lacrosse Championship.
Yellow or green?
I know, but they got to do a better job down there. This is not like...
So the Lions will take over deep in their own zone. Still don't have the clear yet, but this is all but academic. And they'll get it now.
Stop it.
4.5 left. Looks like another penalty called. It's going to be on Talenti.
26. Green card.
And the Malloy Lions. Here we go. The Lions are the 2025 ECC champions for the first time. Congratulations to them. Boy, Emily Pepe did a great job with this team. Very hard to beat a team twice in a season, but somehow the Lions figured it out. And certainly a great effort by the Mavericks. This was a classic game, definitely well represented on both sides. A testament to the great action you have here and competition in women's lacrosse on the ECC side. And here are the Malloy Lions. They are the 2025 ECC champions. And we're going to take a brief timeout. We're going to have MVP selection. And we're going to talk to the winning head coach as well when we return here on the ECC Network. She did. Big assist. That insurance goal. Do we have a microphone we're going to? Okay. And welcome back to Mercy Field, Dobbs Ferry, New York, ECC Network. It is over, and the Malloy Lions have defeated the Mercy University Mavericks 15-13 to capture their first ever ECC Women's Lacrosse Championship. Megan Rugolo, no surprise, named the MVP of this one. We're going to go down to the field right now for the handing out of the trophies and the announcement on the MVP on the public address side, so we'll send it down to the field right now.
Second quarter killed them. Unfortunately, that's where.
It was the second quarter?
Yeah, because they let up 7 goals.
Oh, wow. I missed that part.
Are they supposed to radio? Are they going to radio out to me at the start? No. I guess it's Bill.
I have to do through the picture. Just go.
No, Bill's supposed to radio up to me.
You got the MVP, right? Number 17?
Yeah.
Okay.
Fans, before we begin our award presentation, we would like to congratulate ECC runner-up Mercy on a great 2025 season. Please turn your attention to the field for the championship presentation. Presenting the championship trophy and awards is EC Commissioner Jessica Grosso. With a record of 10-8, the 2025 East Coast Conference Women's Lacrosse Champions are the Lions of MOL University. At this time, we'd like to recognize the members of the Lions Championship Squad. Number 0, Sienna Hardy. Number 1, Brenda Signorelli. Number 2, Kitty Kofod. Number 3, Miranda D'Alessio. Number 4, Cameron Thompson. Number 5, Emma Brazier. Number 6, Lorette Strumwaffle. Number 8, Riley Brady. Number 9, Alexa Morrison. Number 10, Brooke Grostrom. Number 11, Carly Howell. Number 12, Sophia Quitoni. Number 13, Madison Agostino. Number 14, Olivia Broderick. Number 15, Isabella Clem. Number 17, Megan Rugolo. Number 19, Olivia Angelito. Number 21, Alexandra Porcelino. Number 22, Nicole Shamafel. Number 23, Samantha Hewer. Number 24, Ava Benasuti. Number 25, Bree Atkins. Number 26, Riley Zamora. Number 29, Shannon Stroud. Number 30, Emma Ryan. Number 34, Samantha King. Number 44, Tiana Barone. Assistant coaches Robert Schmidt and Joanna Marcieri, and head coach Emily Pepe. And now for the presentation of the championship trophy. Would head coach Emily Pepe and the team captains please come forward to accept the trophy. Fans, turn your attention once again to midfield for the presentation of the Most Outstanding Player of the Tournament trophy. This year's Most Outstanding Player is Megan Rugolo from Malloy University. Fans, turn your attention once again to midfield for the presentation of the Most Outstanding Player of the Tournament trophy. This year's Most Outstanding Player is Megan Rugolo from Malloy University. Congratulations once again to the MOL University Lions for winning the 2025 ECC Women's Lacrosse Championship, and good luck in the NCAA Championship.
Once again, the 2025 ECC Women's Lacrosse Champions are crowned, and for the first time, it is the Molloy University Lions. Megan Rugelow is named the MVP of the game. And when we come back, we're going to have interviews with head coach Emily Pepe and, of course, Megan Rugelow, the MVP. We'll be back here on the ECC Network. Check. We're good? Good? Oh, got it. All right. Yeah. Yep. That's it, Coach. Thank you for taking the time. Congratulations.
Thank you so much.
Who wants to go first?
Megan, you want to go first?
Yes,
Okay. So just cue us in.
I'm sorry.
And welcome back live here to Dobbs Ferry, New York. And for the first time ever, the Molloy University Lions are crowned 2025 Women's Lacrosse Champions. Megan Rugelow with me now. Megan, what a day, what a game, what a season. Tell us a little bit all these ups and downs. You've had a wild season here.
Thank you so much. I think when we started this season, we were really seen as the underdogs. We came in with a pretty bad pretty bad record, and we were really fighting for it. We didn't know what we had to do to change it. But our coach really took us aside. She took us player by player, asked what we needed, and I think from that point on, we really flipped it around. And when we started beating teams and we got on this winning streak, we knew it wasn't over for us, and we knew that why not us? It's our turn. We've never had this before, and if we're going to do it as a senior, and my best friends out there are seniors, and we knew this was our last chance.
Well, and I'll say this. You started out the year 1-8.
Yeah.
What changes at 1-8, and now you're at 10-8? If they told you that when you were 1-8, would you have believed it?
Absolutely not. I really think if you look back at our season, a lot of those games were one-goal games. We had a couple that weren't, but all those games, we had an overtime game, and we couldn't find it within us to get that one extra goal. And I think once we started working as a team and we started passing the ball, we started running different plays, and we really switched everything up to start over. And I think in the middle of the season, we were really able to say, all right, you know what, we're 0-0, why not change it now?
Well, I'll tell you came up with a big forced turnover at the end for that huge insurance goal. But prior to that, what changed? Because it seemed like you got off to a slow start and you made some adjustments. Any turning points that you can think of off the top of your head?
So I don't know what it is about us, but we've never been a first quarter team. And, coming into this, we played in semis, and same kind of thing happened. In the middle of the second half, we were down 4 goals, and that's exactly what happened again. I think it was 5-1, and at that point we saw the score. We knew we just did it on Wednesday. Why not do it again? And I think once we started working with the team, we've really put trust in our teammates. And I know I keep saying it, but I really think that's what makes our team different from so many others. We trust each other on the field, off the field, and all of that translates.
Well, I tell you, she sounds like she's still in game form right now. You got a lot of energy out there. Wanted to say congratulations
so
on the
much.
MVP, a first title for Megan Rugolo and the MVP trophy. What a game for her, a performance for the ages.
Thank you so much.
Great job out there.
Thank you so much.
Okay, now we're going to have the coach here. And here's Emily Pepe. And Emily, I'm going to ask the same question. 1-8 you start. They tell you 2 months later you're 10-8 and you're holding your first trophy up. How do you put that one together?
To be honest, I think it's funny. I would always talk to our athletic director, Susan, and I was like, I think we're just hoping to just be competitive every game. Even if we don't win it, we want to be competitive, and we were going to take that as a win. And I'm not going to lie, I was really baffled. I think at some points, I looked at our assistant coaches. I was like, are we just this bad? And then we were like, no, we're not. We have it. We just couldn't figure it out. We couldn't click. And I know Megan had said it before. We as coaches took the players aside and were like, what's going on? What can we help you do? What can we do as coaches to make it click for you individually and then us as a team and as a unit? So, I mean, sometimes you, as a coach, you just got to dig your heels in and go back to the drawing board and keep it old school and just keep it fundamentals, and that's what we did. And, I mean, we had a really hard timing transition early on, and so that was a key thing for us was we need to do a better job in transition. We need to do a better job in the redefend, and that was a huge focus for us, once we started to make this turnaround.
Have to ask before I let you go down there, celebrate your first championship here. Was the heat a factor out there? This is not exactly lacrosse weather out here today.
Well, I would definitely say yes. I mean, we were just up at Roberts, and it was cool, it was chill, and it was nice, but this was definitely hot. I mean, our middies were animals out there today, and girls by the box that were ready to jump in, even if it was for 30 seconds, 1 minute, 2 minute, whatever it was, they were ready to go to help their teammates out. And we said this, if you really want it, you're going to find a way. If you really want it, you're going to figure out how. And, the first time we played Mercy, we said this, that it's going to come down to who has just a little bit more left in the tank. And it was the same thing today. That was the same speech I gave. It's going to come down to who has just a little bit more left in the tank to push it out and follow through and finish the game out.
Well, this is the winning head coach, Emily Pepe, for Molloy University, their first championship. Coach, congratulations. Go celebrate on the field. Thank you so much for the time.
Thank you. Bye, everybody.
And the Molloy University Lions capturing their first women's lacrosse championship here. This is Mike McGinnis for the ECC Network. Coming up in about an hour, Molloy and Mercy do battle for the 2025 Men's Lacrosse Championship when we return here on the ECC Network.